Yo, what's going on, everyone? I'm gonna try to make this quick as possible, but I'm making a video on Euro-USD right now, and yeah, let's go over what I see happening in the next few weeks. So after we did catch a buy on Euro-USD last week, we caught the bottom from this point, and the entry was just off of this institutional candle. I already went over the reasons for why I entered here and stuff, but yeah. So one thing that I did notice is after price tapped into that IC, we had a quick reaction towards the upside. Now, looking from a trend structure way, we can see that we have a high right here, a low, a lower high, and then a lower low. So we're still moving bearish. In order for us to be fully bullish, or not, sorry about that, not fully bullish, but in order for us to see that bullish price action and consider ourselves to be taking buys right now, is if this lower high gets broken. The reason I say this lower high is specifically because this is like that major, I guess you could say, macro slash micro lower high, right? And then smaller time frame, we do see this smaller structure that we did see break. So this small high low, lower high, lower low structure that we saw get broken, that gives price that creates a micro bullish power. That means that the micro time frame structure is now moving bullish, but we still have the macro lower lows, lower highs, the higher time frame lower lows, swing point low, swing point highs. We need to see this swing high get broken. As soon as we see that swing high get broken, that's when we can go down to the 1H and we can look at potential point of interest such as this one right over here. This is one POI, obviously this last institutional bearish candle before that move up. And secondly, and only if this high gets broken. If it doesn't, this isn't valid. And then the second one, well, let's take a look at all the different time frames. Now on the 3 hour time frame, there's a clean institutional candle right here. So that's when these two POIs are going to be valid. Until we see those institutional candles, until we see this high over here get broken, it's not valid. And then you can actually refine this down to right here. Right, so there, now we have two potential POIs for Euro-USD. Now let's say the market just decides to reverse right away. It just comes down. This is not valid, and neither is this valid. We need to see this high over here that I'm focusing on get broken. I'm just making sure my mic is working. Now let's say if Euro does break out of this and then retest one of these levels and none of them work out, which is highly improbable in my opinion, but if that does happen, we got to be prepared for every other situation. That means that we have another point of interest to be working with. We can focus on this last institutional 4 hour bearish candle before that major move up, and as you can see, it's untested as well. Right, this is also untested. Then we have another POI right over here, which is this last 4H institutional candle before that major move up. And then once again, last but not least, not once again, we have this one got tested already. Yes, this one already got tested. Go down to the 8 hour. Let's go down to the 1H, I think it was, and the 1H was something like, I think it was this, yeah. And the last area of interest we'd be focusing on is this one right here, this last bearish institutional candle. So right now for Euro, we're only focusing on these two levels, but if these two get broken, we're most likely going to be attracted to this area right over here. Now the reason I'm not making it a big area is because that's 75 pips. I have it in increments of 17, 16, and then this one's even smaller. That's or maybe a little bit bigger. That's 20, yeah. So that's basically what I'm seeing for Euro right now. These are valid. Now I'm setting limits. If you want to set limits, go ahead. But remember, just because I'm setting limits, that doesn't mean you have to as well. The reason I call them trade ideas and not signals is for two reasons. One, if I start sending signals, sending enter right now, get out right now, that's not, in reality, that's not going to help you guys. At one point, if you consistently just take my signals or whatever, you won't learn from them. You might just get too comfortable in taking someone else's trades. What I want to do is I want to send trade ideas, trade setups, where you look at the trade, you look at why I'm focusing on this level, where is track effects looking at, why is he buying here, why is he selling here, and then you take it upon yourself to implement what I taught you and use that trade idea and put in your own little trading experience. So for example, if I send buy opportunity here and a buy opportunity here, it should be up to you to understand whether you should, but it should be up to you whether if you want to set limits or if you want to wait for confirmation. That's not my job to say, come here, enter right away, boom. Now I still do it because some people still need that extra help, which is completely fine. But I want everyone to become independent. And I was talking to another student about this specific thing, and they both all agree with me that they prefer this being a trade idea rather than signals. So you can either set limits for here, and over here. I'm only going to be setting limits for these levels once I see this high get broken. If we don't see that high get broken, Euro's coming back down to one of these levels. Now once Euro comes down to here, you can set a limit here, set a limit here, and set a limit right over here, which would be 3%. 1, 2, 3. So that's basically what I'm seeing for Euro USD. And yeah, I'm keep this short. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.